In this lesson we'll take a look at how we add borders to our worksheets. I've opened up the borders worksheet and the first cell I'm going to work on is cell B5, and what I want to do with this is to just place a simple border around this cell. The border tool is found up in the font group, and like many of the tools in the ribbon it's split into two halves. We have the default setting, in this case a border on just the bottom of the cell, or if we look next to that we've got the down button that will list the options available for us. That's where I'm going to go. I'm going to click the down button and that lists all the options we can choose from. So we can just put a border on the top, left, right, or an outside border all the way around. I'm going to come right down to the very bottom of this list and select the More Borders option. And when I do, the Format Cells dialog box will open and you'll see the Border tab. Make sure that one's selected and you'll see all the border options available. First thing I'm going to do is choose a color for my border. So I'll click the down button in the color box and I'm going to come down and choose red, and you'll see that red's selected and it gives me a preview of the style of lines I can choose. I'm just going to have a solid line on this one and choose outline. This will show me a preview of what the border will look like. I think I'll make this a little bit thicker, so I'll choose one of the thicker options in there. But once I've chosen it, I then have to reapply it by clicking the outline button. And again you'll see the preview. I'm happy with that, so I'm going to say OK. And when we click away from the cell, you'll see that the red border's been applied around that cell. OK, let's place a different type of border around cell F5. So I'll select the cell and come up to the border tool, and you'll notice now that the left hand part of this button has taken on the last option that I selected, More Borders. So I can just click on that and I'll be taken into the Format Cells dialog box looking at the Border tab. I'm going to choose a different color for this one. This time I'm going to go for green. So I'll click on green and I'm going to choose one of the thicker broken lines, so this dashed line here. When I click on that, I've selected the styles for my borders. Now I just need to apply it by choosing Outline, and you'll see a preview of the border I've selected in the window here. Once I'm happy with that, I'll choose OK, and again when I click away you'll see that that green dotted border has been applied to my cell. Let's do one more. Let's go into J5, and once again we'll come up to the Border tool. I can click the down button and choose More Borders, and the Format Cells dialog box will open. This time I'm going to choose a different color again, and let's go for an orangey color, and let's have a different style around this one. So we'll choose the double line style. Again I need to set it by choosing Outline, and you can see the double orange border preview in the window here. I could at this point choose where I want the border to sit, so I can take the top border off and perhaps the bottom border and just have a left and right border within that cell. But I'm going to put those back on and have a complete border encasing the cell. I'll say OK, and again when I click away from the cell you'll see that orange double border has been applied. I can also apply borders to ranges of cells, so if I select the range containing all my data and then go back to the Borders button, and again we'll choose More Borders. This time I'll choose a blue border and one of the thick solid ones, and I'll select the Outline option so that this border encases all of the cells I've selected. I'll choose OK, and when I click away you'll see that that blue border has been applied around all of my selected cells. So that's a brief introduction of using borders and how to apply them.